JB Binladen has been the center of death and controversy in Chicago for over a decade at this point. From being with the famous LA Capone the night he was killed, to practically creating the Bloodhounds and raising Lil Jeff to be the killer that we know today. JB would practically
well, if you created the Bloodhounds and raised him to be this look like Z Money right here. If he created the Bloodhounds and raised Lil Jeff to be the killer that he is, we need to lock his ass up for child endangerment.
Creating the Bloodhounds and raising Lil Jeff to be the killer that we know today, JB would still be sitting by Bloodhound Q50's side throughout his recent interviews, proving his heavy influence on the young generation of crash outs. JB is known to shoot first and ask questions last, which would suit him well as he navigates his career in the treacherous streets of Chicago.
Back in that action, bitch.
That shit happened so fast.
But this bitch ain't got some cute. Them niggas did what they did and had to pay the consequence.
Underneath the train track.
He go back downtown to rap this song. But this look like the train tracks where they died at down the street. Right here on what this is, Roosevelt and State, damn near. Is this Roosevelt and State? Some shit like that.
Pay the consequence.
Underneath the train tracks, at least one person can be seen running from the car, ambushing the victims.
Ain't nobody play with him. On my dead grandma, name a nigga that played with JB. Name a nigga that came out.
Jail coaching and all that.
Hold on, folks. Shut up for a quick, bro. On my dick,
bro, that shit's always funny.
My niggas saying that shit in the comments. On my dick, who gonna do something to him though? Who played with him? On my dick, ain't nobody played with him.
Long live LA, man. Free for now, man. Fuck the op.
What does that mean? Nobody ever played with him. What does that mean? Like, y'all been getting shot at for 15, 12, 20 fucking years. A lot of people play. If you got shot at before, that's quote unquote getting played with. So I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that means. I don't know why niggas try so hard to be so gangster. Like, all your homies are dead, bro. That means it's a lot of niggas playing with you.
Well, it's pierced this door, and that's not the only one. We found a shell casing on the sidewalk, the same sidewalk where 4 men were shot.
The JB Binladen documentary.
JB Binladen was born and raised.
Oh, that nigga look, they like stank right now. God damn.
What? Is in the south side of Chicago, more specifically 71st and King Drive, between Chatham and Inglewood, and would later move to 57th and Carpenter Street over there in Inglewood. He's about 29 years old today, so he must have been born around
damn, nigga, you 30 still doing this?
1996, which would make him unk compared to these 16-year-old YNs out here. Growing up, JB says he never really had a solid father figure, but he had kind of taken traits from the other fathers of his peers as to the man that he would want to become. JB would jump off the porch at around 14 years old and would claim that he's a product of his environment early on. It was also around this time he would meet his best friend, LA Capone from 600 and Prince Dre from Old Block. At this time, JB
ain't Prince Dre doing a bid?
Claiming 400 East, and you can hear him talking about it still to this day in his music. These three would have so much potential together, and especially with LA Capone on the rise, even having collabs with Lil Durk in the early days of his career. However, this life would change in September 2013 when they would all be at a recording studio, and Capone decided to leave a little earlier than everyone else. It would turn out that was the last time that anyone would see him again, after he would be gunned down by the Opps on his way home. JB Binladen would later share in an interview his thoughts on the events that led up to the tragedy that night.
It's a sign, you know what I'm saying? Telling you not to do some shit. And we just was forcing it. Like doing that shit anyway, you know? Basically,
bro, like, man, I don't know. This nigga is a fucking goofy. Bro, this is junkie shit, bro. If you can't even complete a motherfucking sentence without falling asleep,
anyway, you know?
This nigga fell asleep mid-conversation, bro. You is a junkie, man. Hold on, y'all. This is my clothing brand. I need y'all to go support your boy, okay? And supporting your boy with some pretty cheap clothing, all right? And you gonna be fly and fresh as hell, man. All right? Link in the description. Theari.us. Go shop. What the hell?
Basically on some, y'all down should stay in the crib type.
Yeah. Like we shit, like, man, I ain't finna go on some shit like that. Huh? He kept telling me that he's supposed to be meeting T.I. some shit, flying to Atlanta with Dirk and meeting T.I. and some shit like that. This what he used to be telling me, like for around the time he telling me, like, man, I'm finna fly out, meet T.I. He flying out at this point. Like, he had went on a couple shows with Dirk and shit at the time. But he wanted to make brothers because he used to write, you know. But I told you we went to court. We went to court the day that he got killed. That day we went to court in the morning.
Damn.
That was like my real first like heartbreak. I was really fucked up behind that shit, like. Like PTSD shit, that's where like that shit come from for me, like, you know, that shit happened so fast.
Why are you still in the streets then, bro? You 30 years old, you still sitting here, you robbing niggas in LA with Q50 and shit for 60,000. I mean in St. Louis for 60,000 and shit. Like, what you got going on, bro? I don't understand that shit. I just really don't understand.
No, yeah, and it's like I said, my intuition was telling us not to go to the studio, so it's like we was wrong from the jump, you know what I'm saying?
This would motivate JB to go hard with his music and would start to drop way more, even doing an interview beside his friend Prince Dre, where we can get an inside look on this dynamic.
Got our own lifestyle, everybody got their own lifestyle. So that shit different. Oh shit, we go crazy. Fuck them. Oh god. I like drill music. I like no, I can switch it up on that. Yeah, I'm fucking I can switch it up too. What about money or some shit? I can rap. Motherfucker ain't seeing no M's or no thousands and shit like that. So shit, motherfucker rap about what's going on. What's drill music? Shit, what's going on right now in the streets? I like field music, shit. Yeah, in the field. What's up, man? What's poppin', man? That's, you know.
Now, throughout 2015, JB would be blowing up as an artist, while being seen in old videos with O-Block BJ and Boss Top. JB would even drop a collab tape with Prince Dre titled Blood Brothers, which would lead them both to being nominated as XXL freshmen. Not to mention their tribute song Letter to LA, J Muna, and also put out Brothers Remix with the infamous Lil Reese. These two were on top of the world, but it would seem that for unknown reasons, fans would start to notice a divide between Prince Dre and JB Binladen. We would start to see JB spending a lot more time with Bloodhound J Boogie, who is the older brother of the notorious Lil Jeff. We would even see pictures with them all together, including the late Z Money, who you can hear all the Bloodhounds talk about to this day. But let's not get too ahead of the story. Not to mention, it was around this time that JB would welcome his son into the world, which started a fire under him. Throughout 2017 and
Lord God, pray for the son, boy.
2020,
Shit.
we can see JB expanding his reach in the music, meeting up with people like Lucky and Babyface Ray, and would even be seen in a cameo for a CBS documentary on gun violence. But nothing would stop JB from still sliding in the street with his Bloodhound brothers. JB was making so much noise that up-and-coming hood journalist 16 Shot and Visuals decided to interview JB, and it's in this interview that he opens up about his relationship with LA Capone, his fallout with Prince Dre, and the moments that led up to LA Capone's death. And also it seems that JB had a really hard time even staying awake throughout this interview.
Yeah, I see.
I went to elementary school with a couple people, but LA didn't go there yet, you know, but he used to, like, that was their cousins and some shit. He used to always come around. I done met him before he came to the school, but then he ended up coming to the school. And we ended up clicking. I was my homie. I don't know what it is. But we both used to be like fake fresh, you know? Back then, I had my little, you know?
No, we don't know.
Fresh. So he's like popular kid in school and shit. In elementary school. So we had our little boss and shit. That was my boy. Then we ended up doing like all type of badass shit outside school. We used to hang with each other outside school. We was real close. That was like my best friend. You know, I'm going to folks' crib every day. He's walking. You know what I'm doing? We up together shit. Boys to men shit. We started a game, but we hopped all the parts together, all that, like really, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, you know, the fans be asking about Prince Dre a lot. You know, they used to see y'all together a lot as far as like on songs together, shit like that. But not as much now. So it's like, how's y'all relationship?
We cool. I mean, into it or not.
So like, did anything change from like Because you know people seeing y'all together so much on camera, and now they don't. Like there's somebody move away or something like that, or
it be them internal beefs, bro. One nigga that's Prince Drake cousin don't like JB brother, so now stupid shit like that.
We just doing our own thing. We doing this own thing, doing our own thing. Like I told you, I feel back from rap. He still was rapping. I stopped rapping. I just really started rapping. To be honest, I ain't really doing, you know.
Can we expect more music from y'all together?
Possibly, yeah.
Then, even when 16 Shot went to interview Prince Dre, he only had this to say about his relationship with JB.
So, you know, can we expect any new music with you and JB Binladen?
No, I don't think not. I don't think so.
Y'all not seeing eye to eye, or you just rather not type shit?
They ain't saying eye to eye, but he ain't gonna say it because it's not real smoke, and he probably still feel like they probably still do love each other, but some shit happened where they, you know, that's what it seemed like.
I ain't into it with him.
Yeah, because they keep saying that. Like,
I ain't into it with each other, just can't do it.
Now, 2021 was filled with music, and at this point, we could see JB Binladen turn full Bloodhound, even promoting his new Bloodhound tape. Aside from that, also dropped gang shit with Bloodhound Lil Vert and Trap City Lil Cap, which is a pivotal moment in its own, because this was right before the crazy Trap City Bloodhound beef that would end in Lil Jeff's demise. Watch my video on Vert for more background on that situation.
The junkie
However,
rapper.
the Bloodhounds wouldn't be ready for what was next to come, when their brother, Z-Money, would be killed in March 2023. Z-Money was one of the main Bloodhound members that even Q50 and Lil Jeff had tatted on their face as tribute. Not to mention, around this time is when J Boogie would also get locked up as well.
I was facing old time in that, but shit, guns, car the case on parole. Ended up having to cop out for one of my cases. I took 6 at 50. And then I went to trial on another case I lost. They gave me 7 at 50. But they split my time up, basically gave me 14 years. So at 14 at 50, that's 7 years.
7 years.
Is that how you were able to be paroled early?
No, I won my appeal. That's how I got out early.
Now at this point, the Bloodhounds are gaining a ton of traffic through their music, and JB Binladen wouldn't be holding back. He would be dropping 2 albums around this time, and would put out 2 of my personal favorite songs titled Coffin and Run But Can't Hide, which is at over 10 million views to date. This is prime Bloodhound era in my opinion. However, with the love came a lot of hate.
Talking about prime Bloodhound era. It wasn't no damn prime, bro. That shit lasted like 3 months for real.
People like K Savage would come out and call JB Binladen a rat, reading, "On blood, never saw them people. My own homie ratted like JB did." And JB would respond, "Find you somebody to play with, bleed." This would definitely get around the rack because it would come up during an interview with On a Couch TV, and with this, Lil Jeff and Q50 had this to say.
JB Binladen, they brought up some, said he was like snitching or something. Y'all took really offense and treated everybody.
You saying any paperwork on that shit yet?
Yeah, that's why shit on my dick. I ain't gonna lie, folks. On my dick, I don't even ask me no shit like that, folks. On my dick, that's my big cuz. That's my big brother for my dick on the motherfucker.
That's the reason I rap.
Ain't nobody play with him. On my dick, I'm gonna name a nigga that play with JB. Name a nigga that
like in jail coaching and all that.
Hold on, folks. Shut up for a quick, folks. On my dick, on niggas saying that shit in the comments. On my dick, who gonna do something to him, though? Who played with him? On my dick, ain't nobody played with him. And he out here rapping around the town, spinning niggas block and still be clapping niggas down. On my dick, how you acting?
But unfortunately, the excitement of their growth would be short-lived after Bloodhound Lil Jeff would be gunned down in June 2024. JB would take to Instagram to air his grievances, saying, "I can't even fake it on my son. My feelings
I ain't gonna lie,
hurt."
this is one of the most dangerous heroes in the fucking in Chicago right here. Don't you ever in your life go to this heroes. If you hear me what I'm trying to tell you, hey, all you niggas be going to Chicago and do it. Don't you ever in your life, first of all, you shouldn't even be on 79th. If you ain't from Chicago, bro, never in your life should you ever be on 79th. And if you are, you should never get your ass out and walk anywhere on 79th Street. You see what I'm saying? But this heroes right here, folks, this is one of them heroes. Like, do you know, do you got to do your real homework on, nigga, you might die going to get some fucking chicken, gang. Going to Sharks, going to Golden, going to Harold's, nigga. You might get your ass fucked up in these places, gang. You don't know who in here with you. That's why you call your order in. You stand outside in the car, and then you call back and say, "Is my order ready?" Fuck it, out. Then you go in that bit with cash, drop your cash, grab your bag, and get out of here. You in and out records, nigga, I'm telling you.
I can't even fake it on my son. My feelings hurt like a motherfucker. Then shortly after, the Bloodhound affiliate Lil Scoom from the Burley Boys would also be gunned down the following month. Now at this point, JB was feeling hopeless and ready to crash out, even going as far as dissing his ops by posting the death location of Monty and Rob, playing Lil Jeff's song in the background.
But this bitch ain't got some. Them niggas did what they did and had to pay the consequence. And I be that thirsty shit. You would think a nigga about me if I tell you about. He screaming where he got hit. Now he on the floor looking like a bitch.
I don't understand that either. Like, how do you go back to the location of where your homie killed your ops and sing a song about him being on the floor, and after your homie died and was on the floor? Like, that don't make no sense to me. Like, nothing in the streets makes sense, but like, this just some stupid shit. Like, I don't understand why niggas be dissing dead homies like they dissing dead ops like they don't have dead homies. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. The same thing happened to y'all.
Bounced out for this, two niggas got their ass.
And after the shooting were all caught on a nearby surveillance camera. You can see both victims here on the left side of your screen. Here on the right side, a dark colored SUV pulls up. Underneath the train tracks, at least one person can be seen running from the car, ambushing the victims. The shooter then runs back into the SUV. The driver taking off south on Wabash and then turning west on Madison. All of this happening right in the middle of the Loop lunch rush hour.
Not long after this, JB Binladen would be seen with Brandon Buckingham doing a Bloodhound vlog when they would be shot at after leaving a studio.
When did you meet Lil Jeff?
I really like his big brother. That's one of my best friends for real. I know him since he was like really like 6, 7 down there.
What's he like growing up as a kid?
Folks a badass little kid for real. He's a sneaky badass little kid, bro. He'd be like sneaky bad. Everything he did for real, he excelled in that shit.
You got funny Lil Jeff stories?
Yeah,
this one when he was a little kid.
You excelled at being a street nigga and died at what, 20, 21? That's how you excel. You want to be a street nigga, you want to be a great street nigga, you got to die real quick and young. Go to jail real quick and young. That's a quote-unquote successful street nigga. So if you want to be successful at that, I mean,
back then we used to have little socks and shit. Bro was a hooper too. Put his socks on, the little hooper, elite little Nike socks. Them bitches was there. He'd be mad as hell, face red as hell. Yeah, that's some real little brother shit.
Long live Lil Jeff, man. Long live Scoom, man. Long live LA, man. Free for now, man. Fuck the ops.
These are the final moments I filmed before we exited the recording studio, and were met by 6 masked gunmen who emptied over 60 rounds at us at close range.
Now look, remember what Bloodhound Q? Who gonna play with him? Who gonna do something to him? Who gonna do this? Who gonna do that? The 6 masked gunmen that pulled up and tried to fuck y'all up. They just get on here and lie. They just act this persona like ain't nobody playing with me. I'm Big Bad Wolf. I'm king of Chicago. It's not no king of Chicago. Anybody in Chicago can get played with. Anything can happen to anybody in Chicago. It's not LA where you gonna go on the block and niggas gonna move their cars and let you park there and whatever you say go. And if you say it's a war, it's a war. If you say y'all ain't doing this, they ain't like that, bro.
Bring 4 people.
The shooting happened right outside of Studios. As a matter of fact, I want you to come take a look at this. One of the bullets pierced this door, and that's not the only one. We found a shell casing on the sidewalk, the same sidewalk where 4 men were shot.
Members from Rescue Road would immediately take credit for this shooting, saying the Bloodhounds ran away, in which JB would respond by saying, dudes be throwing with their eyes closed. That's why dudes don't be making it back.
Oh my brother, stop saying my name being delusional. I ain't never ran from no nigga fool ass shoulda ran. Cap. That's cap too. Niggas, you see how niggas just be lying? But you telling me you been in the streets. You 30 years old damn near. You been in the streets since you was 12, 13. You done got in, I don't know how many times people done, shot at you, shot at your homie, shot at all of y'all. You trying to tell me when bullets flying, you just stand there. Bullets flying at you and your homie, you just standing there. You ain't trying to run, you ain't trying to duck, you ain't trying to get away. You ain't running from ain't no nigga alive getting shot at and just standing there. If that was the case, you would have been dead, bro. Like, why do y'all just get on here and lie? Like, y'all, everybody is not this big bad wolf tough nigga, gang. Nobody is bulletproof. It is perfectly normal and okay for you to say that somebody was shooting at you and you ran. It's okay, bro. What the fuck?
All my brother stopped saying my name. Being delusional, I ain't never ran from no dude. Fool ass should have ran. Now, although JB would try to stay out of trouble, it would seem that this beef was too hot not to, and he would have to continue to have a gun on him at all times. And around this time, he would end up getting booked for having a Glock with a switch and some drugs in his possession. Although JB would be back on the streets not long after that to start dropping music, and as we could see, sticking by his blood brother's side, Q50. Throughout interviews and vlogs, they're always together, while also dropping an album this year titled Bloodhound Biz. Now, JB Binladen has really made an impact on the Chicago drill scene. From his LA Capone and Prince Dre days to his Bloodhound days, JB Binladen displays his talent through his music while staying true to the streets, and his loyalty remains with the people that raised him. So at the end of the day, I ask you this: is JB Binladen someone who is benefiting from his loyalty to his gang and all the other people, or is he?
You can't benefit when all your friends are getting killed and you keep getting locked up and your other friends get locked up for murder. It's nothing good that come out the streets. There's no benefits. There's no benefit. Only benefit is you feel like you cool. You're not even cool for real. Nobody really give a fuck. You just feel like you cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't not no benefits. Cut it out with that shit, bro.